Baby.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I just want to thank Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Boy, did y'all miss this. Welcome to the Ask Your Boy Sports Podcast. Coming straight to you live from Kansas. I am the KC Waltz. Over here on my left is the original Hooters. No, shit. Sorry. Over here on my left is Joe Hooters.
Could be the original Hooters, too.
Yeah, no.
I don't think there was any other Hooters.
Was Hooters around when you were born?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when they actually started.
So you're
but I
not the
remember-
original.
Oh, they were not started when he was born. I could attest to that fact.
Probably not when I was born, but like I remember
I
going
saw
there
the
as a
documentary
kid.
of it. I saw the documentary of it. I don't think it was in the 70s. I think they might have opened up.
I think it started in
Early
another
80s.
state, obviously.
I
don't
think you
know
were the
how-
original Hooters.
Okay.
And over here on my right is the original T.I. And we, too, got picked up way before Shadur Sanders. Yes. If y'all don't know, your boy Shadur Sanders. Oh, yeah. Well, it is draft time, right? And he has not been picked up yet. Oh, that hype and stuff, you know. And they were predicting him to go in the first round. They didn't say when or what because they weren't even sure, just like we weren't. But I think we could go ahead and get right into our draft picks. Pick. Not plural yet. Because we are on day 2. This is Friday, April 25th. Yesterday they started on a Thursday. And we picked all the way to 32nd, and we'll explain why when it was supposed to be 31.
So before we jump into the Chiefs, you want to talk about the Sador Sanders deal just a little bit more?
Yeah, so we talked about it a few weeks back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I know one of the conversations we had at the time, there was crazy talk, if I remember right, about him possibly going in the top 5, right? There is
Oh yeah, they
teams
thought he might be
speculating.
like number 2 or
number top 3, I think we were saying,
To
or number
Cleveland.
2. Yeah. And so the conversation we had, if I remember right, is that, you know what, is he even top 10 material? Never would I have thought that we would be in round 2 of the NFL draft and already 1 or 2 quarterbacks picked in the second draft, and would Shadur Sanders still be sitting there? That I'm a little bit puzzled by.
Right. So we had talked. A lot of people were saying that'd be Cam Ward, then Shador Sanders to Cleveland with number 2. Cleveland has picked like 5 draft picks and have passed on them every time.
Yeah, we'll talk about Cleveland here in a moment
And,
too.
yeah, I think Cleveland's doing a great draft, but
You think so?
I think they had a lot of picks. I think they're filling a lot of holes that they needed.
Possibly. Here's where I think Cleveland dropped the ball. So they had the number 2 pick. They could have picked up Travis Hunter. Here's the thing about Travis Hunter. Now I get it, right? Are you going to trade? Because they gave up a lot to move up to the second spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way I would look at it is like, man, no matter where he goes, he's going to put asses in the seats, right? And who could use some help putting asses in the seats? Cleveland Browns. Jacksonville Jaguars too, by the way. So that was brilliant of them to trade from the 5th spot to the 2nd spot. You get a guy like Travis Hunter, people are going to tune in to watch that.
So they are saying that they think that Jacksonville gave up too much to get Travis Hunter, and I can see why, because Travis Hunter he's a generational player. But for Cleveland, I think they offered such a great deal they couldn't say no, and Cleveland needed so many positions.
Pieces.
Yeah, they needed so many pieces that trading back but getting all those extra picks really, I think, man. It sucks.
It made sense to them, huh?
Yes, and I know you missed out on Travis Hunter, but one player isn't going to change your team unless it's your quarterback.
I agree with that.
But I think it was such a great deal that they had to do it because they got so many other picks to fill in other pieces.
And nobody wants to go to the Browns, man. It's such a bad organization.
Yeah.
I like watching the Browns. I like them because they're such. I do. I'm a fan of the Browns, but not the organization, man. It's just
the dog pound, right? I remember the dog pound back in the day when they were good, like
DAWG.
Yeah,
And you're right. Like Cleveland probably knows. Like if he goes to Cleveland, like they probably he's guaranteed he's jumping ship as soon as that rookie contract's up.
Oh yeah, they all do.
Jacksonville maybe could hold on to him if him and their quarterback develop something special, but we'll have to wait and see. Because Trevor Lawrence obviously was a Heisman Trophy winner too at one point. So
didn't they draft Johnny Manziel?
Yes, yeah, in the first round at that. Yeah.
Money, Mr. Money, and he drives all the way down to Texas and confronts his ex-girlfriend.
That dude's a character, man.
He's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
What ended up happening with him? Did he go to? I think he went to the Canadian League, right?
He's not playing football anymore.
No.
I think
I think
he did
he's just
play.
living off of his name, opened some bars and some shit like that.
Yeah, I think he's
so.
doing like speaking tours and whatnot.
Would you get a plain burger at his bar?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, I might like I wouldn't mind partying with Johnny Manziel, right?
I mean, if
You know, he's broke as fuck.
yeah, it sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
he's selling cheap ass hamburgers,
I actually like the one that picked up Baker Mayfield. He turned out to be a really good quarterback.
no, Baker's solid dude, man.
Yeah, when
Baker's
he
solid
was
guy.
in Oklahoma, hated to do. When he was in on the Browns, I liked his commercials. But now that he
He
left the Browns,
did.
he's actually a good quarterback.
He did have some good commercials, but he had like he started out pretty hot, kind of dipped a little bit. Now he's back with the Bucks. He's been pretty solid.
And you see the Bucks picked up that other wide receiver.
Are you okay there, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah,
First his ankle,
my
now
body's
his-
all jacked up,
Yeah.
man. Going up, and I think last time I was on, I talked about how the doctor told me my cholesterol is too high, and then my blood pressure won't go down. I've been trying, and yeah, now my ankle just decided to twist on
I
its
can
own.
see by all the taco dinner lunches you've had that you've really been.
You
trying.
believe that?
Yeah.
Me?
You've
know,
really
right?
been trying, but
I think he's full of shit.
Look at fuckins
Oh,
in the
fucking
house.
man.
I mean, he's only 36 minutes late, but hey, better late than never.
There's mother junker. All right, well, plug in your mic and headphones
yeah,
over
you
there.
gotta
use
your
that
own
one
stuff over
tonight.
there.
You got to be on that one tonight.
What's that?
This one with him.
Just the girl?
Oh yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, he didn't even play the whole song.
Because he's not here. He just left
okay,
again.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
like
Makes
a,
sense, makes
just like a
sense.
ninja. All right. So now let's go ahead and move forward all the way to the Chiefs that picked 31st. Did they not, Joe?
They did.
31st.
They did.
They did not pick 31st, bro.
They did not. That was their original pick, but apparently, I guess Philadelphia got scared that another team was trying to trade with the Chiefs. The Chiefs were going to trade back, and someone was going to jump in front of the Eagles to get the guy they wanted. So the Eagles made a trade with the Chiefs, and we
Yeah.
just moved one
Yeah.
spot back, and we got a fifth rounder.
And we
right?
got a 5th rounder out of
That's
it.
a pretty
Yeah.
good fucking
Ooh.
I do
deal.
like that. I do like
should've-
that.
I should have
And-
printed off our last 5th rounders for the last 10 years to see who it was.
And
Can you Google that?
we still got the same guy we wanted.
Yeah, we still
Yeah.
got the guy. I mean, we were like, well, we ain't going for him. You want him? Yeah. Okay.
Here's-
What do you want?
Here's what I really like about that, right? It addresses a big problem at left tackle potentially. A lot of people had him as like the number 14th or 15th prospect actually coming into this. And so basically with Simmons, he came in dinged up during the pre-draft process, right?
Yeah, I want
Because
you
of a
to
knee injury.
announce to everybody who we actually ended up picking because we didn't yet.
That would be Josh Simmons from Ohio State,
Joshua.
outside tackle.
Joshua.
So he was at the beginning of the year ranked the top left tackle in college football. He had a pretty
I don't want to do more, and it broke.
so, but if he can get back healthy, I mean,
Yeah.
that was that's a great pick. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way we'd ever be able to pick a talent like this.
And that's why he dropped so far, right?
Yes,
And then
yes.
we were like, dude, we've done this before. I think he can still be that player, even if he's like 95% of that player, 95% of 95 cents. Or at least 90%. That's still better than what we had on left tackle. And he actually started at right tackle, right?
Oh, look at that fuck kid just moving right in.
Yeah.
Blocking Tony out. That's fine,
Oh
dude.
no, that's cool. That's cool. Work it
That
out.
is
Work
way
it
to
out.
block Tony out. That's awesome, dude.
And then so what he did was they asked him to transition over to left tackle, which was more difficult. And to transition like that, now you can do from tackle to guard or center, whatever. But to go from right tackle to go to left tackle, that's pretty difficult. So
it's a transition for sure. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so
whatever
back to
fucking
what
I
Joe
don't know
was
what the
saying,
hell he's
right?
trying to say. He's not even on microphone. I
If
don't know what
he
he's trying to say.
if he does end up getting healthy and gets back to where he was, then we may have just picked up the number one OT in the draft,
if he gets back
with
healthy,
the last pick of the draft.
and
which
Playing-
is fucking huge.
yeah, playing to where he was at, he's going to be our left tackle for the next 10 years.
And which who was it that we picked up? He was the backup for the left tackle.
Jalen Moore.
Something like that. Morris, Jalen.
Yeah,
Morris?
he was the backup in San Francisco.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Moore.
yeah.
So
Morris.
I mean, we
He's not
have
a sure,
insurance now.
but he's not a sure thing, right? That's where Simmons, if he
I
can play
don't-
up to that potential.
I don't think
he's-
Simmons is going to play this year. I think.
You think you're gonna redshirt him?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be healthy enough to play this year.
Okay, so they're betting
We'll
on him.
we'll get fuck Ken on here and see what he thinks about that. Have you heard anything on that kid? Is the Simmons kid? No, man. Harry. I mean, if he'd show up on time, come on.
If you're not gonna show up to rehearsals, then don't even bother. Meanwhile,
Come on, Ken. It's not that difficult, buddy.
Oh, did it
everyone-
mess up as soon as I handed it back? Here, let me see.
No one can figure out those headphones.
it's not a Chinese finger trap,
Right?
I think it might be. Man. I think it might be.
I hear nothing.
All right. Oh,
Okay,
he's
we heard
on.
that. Can you hear anything?
Nothing.
Okay, well we hear you.
No, so nothing in your monitor.
You just don't hear in his headset,
All right, hang on.
but it's plugged in. So
There it goes. There. Now it's out.
I think that's the one.
Okay.
You got to
There
go
it
like
goes, there it goes.
half-ass out or
no,
something.
no, it goes all the way in. It
So,
just yeah, it's easy,
That's
so-
what she said.
That's what she
Fuck.
said.
Fucking what
Too
have
big.
you heard on the availability of our draft pick this coming season? Is he going to play it all this season?
I heard he will play this season. I heard it's going to be August, September before he's able to.
On the
bounce
other
back.
side?
yeah, flip
How
it
about
around,
you?
buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
talk-
blah, 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 blah.
No wonder it sounded stuffy.
yeah, it sounded weird.
Damn, man.
Man, this guy just comes in doing all kinds.
Jeez, how long you been here?
I've had a busy day.
Oh, you don't even
Hey.
work, bro.
Should we scoot over a little bit so Ken can get on camera
yeah.
with us here?
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
get a
Come on
little,
over here.
I'm good.
Come on
so
over here.
people don't mistake his dumb words for ours during the podcast.
think
Come on
fuck
over,
People are
Ken.
gonna think that that's Anissa over there.
Fuck him
Yeah.
likes his
Hi.
Yeah, he likes
hit
his
the
little
button.
table.
Hit
He
the
likes his
button.
little table. All right.
Hi guys.
Now it's a little too.
Oh
on
man,
the
come
button.
on, get on top of it.
Now
Wolf.
it's not cool.
Hang
Don't-
on.
You got to save it for when he's not expecting it. Now it's
Yeah.
yeah. Don't do it. Okay.
You know, I don't like the way you guys try to tell me what to do. So, any surprises in the draft? The first 10 or first round? Okay, so let me go over real quick.
I think
All right.
the biggest we've already talked about it a little bit, but the biggest surprise is Shador Sanders
What?
still available.
Pendleton.
That's
Yeah.
Did you bring? Oh,
So
yes,
let's see. First round, Cam Jordan.
Cam Jordan.
Wait, what am I looking at? Cam Ward. Sorry. Cam Jordan.
Okay.
Oh,
Cam
the
Jordan,
number one
isn't that
pick is a surprise to you.
A defensive.
I think he's just going over.
I'm
He's gonna
going
review.
over it.
Okay,
Gee,
okay.
mother. Ooh,
I
man.
just got here.
Who told this guy? All right. So it was who did I say? Yeah, Cam Ward,
Cam
and he
Ward.
goes to
Tennessee.
Come on, spit it out, bro.
and then number 2 was to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was Travis Hunter.
The
Okay,
trade.
let's
talk about that trade.
Yeah, the trade. Which
Okay.
we're
with the
talking off air.
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, the Browns
Yeah.
traded down.
I know, Ken, you're a
Or
little late. You're a little
Curious
tardy.
on his
You're a
opinion.
little
Yeah.
tardy.
Tardy.
You're a little tardy to the thing, but we're talking about how Tony thought it was a mistake that Cleveland traded away the opportunity to get Travis Hunter.
I agree.
Here's what I said real quick.
But-
I was like, he puts asses in the seats, and that's what Cleveland
Okay.
needs, and that's what Jacksonville needs.
And I understand that 100%, but I also think that Cleveland got a great deal from Jacksonville. So they got so many picks. They have so many pieces that they need to fill. That They
Yeah.
got so many picks coming back that they really were able to restock and get some pretty good talent. out of this
I
draft.
see that aspect of it, and what I chalk it up to is they bit the bullet on the Deshaun Watson trade. They realized that was the worst fucking
That was bad.
Yeah.
That's the worst
that
I
they
have
could
ever.
possibly do.
Wait,
Yeah, so they need a
So-
bunch of young kids on rookie contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think they're stacking for when that Deshaun Watson contract runs out.
How
You know
mu-
what I
how-
mean?
was that a 5-year
I
contract?
think it was 4.
Or
Because
because it got to be coming to the end, man. Thank God for
yeah,
that.
who was dumb enough to
Jesus,
put
that
him on
was
a fucking
terrible.
multi-year contract?
What
Like,
was it?
especially with his reputation.
No, they guaranteed it.
460
That's what I'm saying, like,
million
oh.
guaranteed or something ridiculous like that.
Man, that,
He's
that,
like,
has,
if you really want Deshaun, you're gonna have to guarantee it.
that has to be a worse
Say
contract
less.
than
I'm telling you.
the Jamarcus Russell contract.
Yes,
Oh.
I agree.
It's one of the worst ever.
The good thing was DeMarcus Russell was a rookie contract. Like there was nothing they could do about it. It
And a
was
gentleman.
capped off.
But no, but that was still back before there was a rookie cap. So he got a fat contract, but they were able to cut him at some point.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson's.
There's
was,
no cutting Deshaun. Yeah,
Deshaun Watson's was 5 years, 230 million guaranteed.
and he's in. This is going to be year.
And he came off an
4?
injury, did he not?
He
In
was-
all that trouble.
I bet you
he
that
did
contract
have-
rubs all the fans the wrong way.
He
in
signed that
Cleveland.
in 2022 or something like that. So he's pushing the third year of his 5-year deal.
Yeah, I hate that dude. I hate that dude. That dude is
I think he
terrible.
did have an injury, but obviously he hadn't played football in a long time either.
Didn't he
and-
just rupture his Achilles again?
Yeah, so he's not playing this year.
Yeah.
He's out again.
Yeah, man. That's,
Terrible,
that's
terrible
tough.
country.
That's tough for the Cleveland.
We
I'm
should pick
glad,
him up for our third.
I'm glad we don't live in Cleveland. That'd be awful.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then the New York Giants for third picked Abdul Carter.
Yeah, everyone saw that.
That's
coming.
a good pick. I actually like
That's
that
edge
pick.
rusher.
I mean, that's a safe, and especially in the New York Giants defense, who is known for edge rushers. Jason Pierre-Paul, you got Lawrence
Yeah.
Taylor, you got Michael Strahan, guys like that. They're just sound when it comes to
Keeping the
developing
brand going, huh?
defensive guys.
And
yeah.
since when did we start calling defensive ends edge?
Well, because
Defensive edge, it's sexier.
because
It-
now
it-
they have
it-
the outside linebacker
it
defensive
depends
end
if
kind
you're
of plays.
3-4, 4-3 kind of defense. It depends what you run.
I think the edge is mostly saying that, hey, I'm a rusher guy.
Right.
I can rush the quarterback.
I
I'm
get
not-
that.
I'm not really a D lineman. I'm not really a linebacker. I'm just going to rush the quarterback.
Pick number 4 was to the Patriots, Will Campbell.
I
And it
like
was
that pick.
outside tackle.
I really like them. Like the big knock on him was he had short arms.
He was a super nice guy too at the draft. Yeah, very nice interview.
But like the big knock on him, he was like a 2-time All-American, and then like nobody talked bad about him until the combine rolled around, and they're like, oh, he has
Short arms.
33-inch arms, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it was
His
a problem.
wingspan is more like
Yeah.
a pigeon.
Yeah, it was just like, how was that a problem all of a sudden?
So I saw that. I'm thinking, okay, there should be maybe like 3 or 4 left in the first round. But anyways, number 5 after the trade to the Browns, Mason Graham.
But
the
hold on. So
defensive tackle.
number 5, Cleveland Browns. Who did you think they were going to take, Ken?
Cleveland, I honestly thought they were going to take Ashton Genty because
Oh,
Chubb was a free agent,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
he's,
so you're replacing.
Yeah, I thought they were needing a running back.
And that's what I thought. I was just kind of like, okay, you're going to get rid of Nick Chubb, let him go in free agency, just had a horrible knee injury. And then you draft the next guy up, which is going to be Ashton Genty. And, you run with him. I honestly think who's going to be comparable to the next Barry Sanders. That's my thought on the whole thing.
Well, I thought they were going to go with Shador Sanders.
Did you really?
Because I thought
Because
I
it's a Cleveland thing to do.
I thought yes.
That's the only
and
reason why I
I thought
was.
Shador was going to go because I thought someone was going to reach
No,
for him.
Not
Everybody
that
reaches for
early.
quarterback.
Not that early. Shador to me was like a bubble screen, like short wide receiver screen kind of quarterback. He never threw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
He
He's
never
terrible.
threw the ball down the
Well,
field.
he
He's not
never had a lot
patient.
of
He's
chance
terrible.
to, yeah.
He's not patient. He got sacked a lot.
He's
He panicked.
Deion's son, and he was getting a lot of hype off of
I
this.
wonder if they did some Eli Manning bullshit behind the scenes. Like, yeah, my son's not coming there to Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland.
Well,
That's
at this
possible.
point, he's not saying that. Because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said
he's
that,
like, any team fucking pick me up,
man,
please.
Shit, if you go to Cleveland, you get paid.
Ha-
All right.
Yeah,
So
that's
then,
right. Have
speaking of, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, did you see Shador Sanders' like whole draft booth he had set up for himself? He had his
Yeah,
whole
man.
couch. He had a whole backdrop. He had like
Yeah,
his
a lot of them
dad's-
did. So there's different sections. So all the ones I think that was going to go
He
in the
had
first.
like a literal like he designed it himself. He had like a
Extravagant?
special, special couch, special backdrop.
Yeah,
he
it's-
had
it's
like a
pretty-
dollar sign squared, which is like his dad was his dollars, his dad. So he's like the second.
I'm pretty sure he thought he was going top 10, huh? What do you
Oh,
think?
Oh,
No.
definitely. Him?
No, he
He
thought.
thought-
What
oh,
he
he
thought,
thought. Oh,
is what
yeah.
we're saying. He thought.
Maybe.
I would say
We
he
were actually
definitely
talking
thought.
about. We thought he
I-
wasn't even going to make the top 10 the
I
last time we
never
talked
thought
about
he
it.
was going to be a first round draft pick. Never.
Well, he was getting a lot of hype there for a while. It was like either him or Cam Ward.
Yeah. Cam Ward, yes. I actually not
'Cause
fell
he's
in
a good
love, but
quarterback.
I appreciate Cam Ward because he came from nothing. He was a 0-star quarterback, went to a little bullshit college, then worked his way up, ended up at Miami, and now he's the number 1 overall pick. I like that.
There you
There's
go.
like Lilo and Stitch are coming out with a new movie, not animated.
Oh.
Animated. It's like
Oh,
real
yeah,
life.
that's-
I like
that's
that,
good.
buddy.
That's
I like
cute.
that. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
cute. So speaking of Genty, So right after that, the Raiders pick him up in the 6th. Running back. I think that was a good pick.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it too.
I don't
mean,
like the organization, but
I don't like
think-
the fact that the Raiders got him,
I
but
think-
it's a good.
Oh, that's going to be tough. Yeah,
I'm,
against us twice
it-
each season.
yeah.
I do think that the Las Vegas football team has made some progress right here. You know, they got Pete Carroll, and
I think they're trying to grow up.
they might turn
I
it
think
around
they're
a little
trying
bit.
to.
They might turn it around.
Yeah,
a
they're
little bit.
trying to like, okay, hey man, we're legit. Okay, no more stupid shit and stupid haircuts. Let's go ahead and be an actual team. Yeah, thank you.
We're going through the whole
Then
list.
No, let's do the top 10.
I'll do the top 10. Number 7, Amanda Mimbo.
Come on,
Oh,
say
from
it right.
Missouri.
Say it
From
right. No,
Mizzou.
I'm
Hey,
like-
no. Back it up. Where's he really from?
Aman Membu.
Oh,
Where is he really
Somalia?
No,
Nope.
no,
No.
Lee
Kenya?
Summit North.
Lee
North.
Summit.
Not Lee Summit. Lee
No,
Summit
no,
North.
no. You're right, but he's from the Summit.
Originally.
Armandimbo.
I thought that was a horrible pick. Who drafts a right tackle at number 7?
That's what I said. Like, I appreciate what they're trying to do, but at the same time, who drafts a right tackle? But in that same sentence, Lane Johnson was drafted 4th overall in the 2013 draft, and that panned out really good for the Eagles.
But
Well-
he was drafted as a left tackle. Though,
So
right?
right after that, at number 8, the
Yeah.
Panthers picked up.
Hold on, don't short Lee Summit. Don't
Yeah,
short
I
Lee
guess so.
Summit. You're going to hear a lot of Lee Summit names coming out within the next 3 to 5 years. You're going to hear the name Caden Green, who is also a left tackle coming out of Mizzou. You're also going to hear Isaiah.
Now you can hit the other button.
Okay, you're also going to hear Isaiah Mosey, who's a wide receiver from Lee Summit that's going to be from Oregon. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. All right, let's talk
All right,
about number 8. Yeah, let's talk about number
And-
8.
Number 8.
And
Shut the.
Ken Chapman Jr.
Okay, Ken Chapman Jr.
Man, okay, we'll
We'll
see that
love
one.
to talk about that one when it happens. Good time.
That is, yeah, that's good.
That was
jam
actually a
there.
good one. There you go.
The
So,
soundboard play of the day.
Yeah.
oh golly, how do you pronounce this name? His first name, Telerio McMillan. I know McMillan. So he's a wide receiver.
McMillan.
Oh, Loveland?
McMillan. Tatario. The
Tatario
one from Arizona, the wide receiver.
McMillan.
Oh, the one
Wide
you said
receiver.
tight end. He's a wide
I
receiver.
didn't say
Yeah.
tight. Who said tight end? I didn't say tight end.
You did say tight end.
I said wide receiver.
He was trying to
He said
pronounce
tight
I was
end.
trying to say his name. Tertullian to tight end.
Oh, you see, he said tight end though. Yeah, I saw that when he got drafted. You know, he's from
Tatario.
he's a Polynesian, so yeah, he had the
Yep,
little,
that
he
guy.
Oh, that's the guy, the little Polynesian guy. Okay, yeah. And number 9 to the Saints, Kelvin Banks. Yeah, Kelvin Banks Jr.
oh, is that's the guy that his baby threw up on.
Oh, yeah, the
national
outside
TV.
tackle.
yeah.
Yeah, another
right.
outside tackle. So I was like, okay, that's like 3
What?
already. Outside tackle, Kelvin Banks.
I think they're just called
but
offensive
his
tackle.
baby threw
Left
up on who?
the baby
Somebody
like
on
spit up.
TV, bro.
You didn't see it?
On his own mom.
no,
It was on
I
his
didn't
own
see it
mama.
either.
Yeah. So when the baby heard which team he was going to, he
Well, I
kind of
was
like,
like,
basically go,
Yeah, before he
Fucking
spit
threw up.
up, like she was clapping, and the baby's head was like, boom,
Yeah, yeah.
boom. I was like,
Yeah.
man, they're
I think the baby was feeding.
Yeah,
And
it's like-
then he didn't realize that everybody was, and
I
then
mean,
he
like-
started, getting the whole
I'm like, they're
blah.
gyrating that baby.
And then he heard the Saints. He was like, blah. And then number 10, Colston Loveland.
Tight
Yeah,
end,
tight
no?
end.
It was-
Yeah,
it
that's
was,
tight end.
uh,
I
tight
actually
end.
like
First
that
tight
dude.
end in the draft.
I saw his videos and he looked pretty solid.
Yeah, it
A
was
big
kind of,
dude.
kind of surprising that he went before Tyler Warren, though. But well, it is what it is.
Okay. So then we went all the way to number 31, and we traded number 32, and we picked up our boy. You like or dislike?
Okay,
Uh,
so
Go ahead.
someone
Give-
explain to
okay.
me this. Why would the Eagles trade up one spot?
Well, if he was here earlier, I explained
Yeah,
why.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay, hold on. Let me guesstimate. They were saying that the Chiefs were fielding offers from other teams.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
The Eagles
Right.
were afraid that the Chiefs were going to trade back with another team, and that team was going to jump in there and take the guy they wanted. But it worked out for the Chiefs, so we moved back, got the same guy we wanted,
Yep.
and picked up a 5th round pick.
And it was only
Jihad
one.
Campbell, the wasn't he the linebacker or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's what they picked. The Philadelphia.
Yeah, they drafted a linebacker. Like
Let me see.
who?
They
was,
were thinking that someone was trading up to take him.
Okay, well,
I mean,
good for them. I mean, it panned out for us. We get an extra pick out of it.
I mean, sometimes I think people do like
Had in the guy we wanted.
they panic. All these GMs and everybody, they're human too. Sometimes
Oh
they
yeah,
panic.
just like these last second
They-
decisions.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
hey, we got to pull
Let's
the
do
trigger
it.
now. We got to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
I watched Draft Day today with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, see, see.
Okay. Anything else on the? Oh yeah. So let me go ahead and mention that I do love the pick. It's a borderline between like and love. So it's like it's a thin line. So I liked it because we needed him, and it was first round, and he looked his video looked really good. I just hope, like Joe said, that he's ready to play, and Ken thinking he's ready to play. I don't know, man.
I don't know
we'll
if
see.
he's ready, but what I've heard is August, September is when he's,
That's when we start.
released to
Oh, to
start-
actually go
Yeah.
full
That's
contact
when
and
he's-
stuff.
yeah.
to go full.
So I
To go
do
full
like the pick.
I like the pick. Yeah.
I think it's risky. It's definitely risky, but the payoff will be
the
great.
the ceiling is there. You know
Oh,
what I
man,
mean?
yeah,
Like
I mean-
if you got a guy that initially going into this year, he was going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah,
He
no,
was
yeah.
he was basically like the offensive tackle.
I think
And
we
before he blew out his patella or whatever,
Patella,
before he blew that out, he was going to be a number one pick. So you draft him at the very end of the first round. You got him on a 5th-year option. It's a great deal for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think we'd have no opportunity to draft this kid if he wasn't for
No.
the injury.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
So I mean, it is risky,
Nice
but I
drop.
believe that it could work out. It could be a big pick for us.
Ti.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's move on.
I said earlier,
Nice.
I shared a whole fucking story earlier about why I thought it was a good pick.
I know, and then we had to come back and tell Ken
Oh,
again.
okay. All right. So, well,
You don't have to tell it.
yeah,
No, we're done. All right, done. Thank you. Okay. So, what do you want to talk about now?
I will say
Still the
that
Chiefs.
Shedeur Sanders still hasn't been picked. So man,
No. I was going to give him like late second, early third. That's where I was with
well, you
him.
know what? I was thinking. I saw Pittsburgh had the 21st pick, and I was thinking, okay, Pittsburgh needs
Yeah.
a quarterback. I was like,
Yeah.
they can take him, but they're going to take him with 21. If he's still around at 21, Pittsburgh's going to take him. But they didn't.
So speaking of the,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of the offensive line, Suamatatia is going to be competing with Caliendo for the left guard spot. I love to see Suamatatia take that spot over Caliendo because that dude is huge. He's an athlete. I just don't think. I mean, we picked him up as guard, and then we plugged him in that left tackle, and he wasn't ready for that. But
He was
I think
a tackle, wasn't he?
no, he wasn't. He was a guard. We experimented with that with him.
yeah,
So-
he played left tackle this past season, him and Wanya Morris.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they were definitely not the answer.
Look who just chimed in,
Oh, I
guys.
see that. I see
Oh
that.
boy.
that?
I don't know.
Hi, Monica.
Which is weird because on YouTube usually it comes out like Scott Scoot,
Hi,
and like
Monica.
dumb names like Joseph Hoopman, but this one actually had the whole real name.
I like the
So-
Scott Scoot. That was pretty hilarious.
That was dumb.
So
He tried to blame it on YouTube. I said, bro, that was you, man.
you picked that name, man. You picked that name.
What'd you say, Joe? All right, Ken.
Oh, I was gonna say. So one of the things that I, was gonna comment on is Shedeur Sanders. Like, if he doesn't get picked in the second round, you have 3 teams in the top 5 picks of the third round that are really interested in him. You got the New York Giants, you got the Cleveland Browns, and you still have, the Patriots / Raiders involved.
The Patriots? The Patriots are one that is picked there.
They got Drake May, but do you really think he's going to be the guy?
Well, they just got him last year. I think they're gonna give him more than 1 year.
Yeah, but same thing with Will Levis. They gave him 2 years, and then they're already moved on past him, and then they're like, Cam Ward's the guy now.
They're
But-
thinking that the Giants are going to try to like.
Sometimes it just depends on who's going to be able to fall to you. And I don't think
Squeeze them in.
Shedeur Sanders is the type of guy that they're ready to move on from that guy already. That's all I'm
So
saying.
who is the quarterback right now as we speak for the Giants?
Russell Wilson,
Russell Wilson.
and they also have Jameis Winston.
Well,
Yeah, so they
Winston.
don't. Well,
And that Italian guy that had
Jameis
that quick
Winston,
little
yeah.
spark.
But those are
Mariota?
guys that they can easily move off of.
Oh yeah, I think they're like on 1 year.
He said
contracts.
Mariota.
He's
not
an
Italian.
I don't know what he is. But...
He's Islander, man.
He's
Yeah,
me.
it's
He's me.
Polynesian.
Ti.
Oh, okay. Okay. Was he the guy that did the butt fumble, the famous butt fumble?
No,
in the
that's,
game?
That was Mark.
Well, it was Mark Sanchez. That's right.
Oh, Mark Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez.
And it's because his last name was Sanchez, he was not a Latin.
No, he was Mexican.
Oh,
Well,
see
there
that?
you
See
go.
that? She
Yeah, I
said
was
that.
watching live without knowing, so
Yeah.
I chimed in.
What's up,
Oh,
D?
very
I'm glad
nice.
I'm glad you watched the show. Not your
Thanks,
mom,
Diego.
but you do.
Hi, sweet
like it,
daddy
buddy.
D. Yesterday was take your kid to work day, and I took him on patrol with me.
Did you
Ah,
put him in
very
the car?
Good time. We arrested a couple of people.
Did you?
Oh, nice.
He didn't help
Did he?
out
Did he
much.
want to hit the siren?
Boo! Well, we had to. I was like,
Oh,
let's roll, and we
you
rolled.
you hit the siren. I didn't know you were still in that that stage of the
Big
police office.
Big Daddy D put the knee in the back of the neck.
Nah, I tell him that's
He was
controversial.
like,
You can't do that.
it was like this, dad, like this.
Look,
just not on video.
Wolves couldn't bring him to work to do what he does now. Diego would have been bored, so he had to go. He had to take him back out into
Yeah.
the field and make him
This
feel
is
like.
literally what we did. So we showed up to the facility or City Hall where there were, his registration going and whatever. And then they're like, yeah, you go back to your office so they can shadow you. So I was like, okay. So I went back to my office. I was like, you hungry? So I was like,
Oh
"Here,
yeah,
let me-"
yeah. You went to lunch right off the
That's a
bat.
silly
What's the
question.
lunch?
I opened up my refrigerator. I said, what do you want for breakfast? Let's see. We had sandwiches. We got breakfast burritos. We got these little chicken sandwiches for breakfast. And he goes, those. I said, okay.
So
you like
so
the
you
chicken
had a
sandwiches?
you had a plethora.
Yeah.
for
So
Yes.
we ate 3 times before 1 o'clock.
3 times. I done had lunch. I done ate 3 times before I came
And then
here.
we went back to the festivities, whatever, and they fed us like little bitty ass sandwiches there. And then I was like, man, we're still hungry. You want to go get tacos? There's like a walking distance. So we went to go eat a couple of tacos each. So it was fun. He had a great time. That's what I do.
Well, that's good.
That's what I do.
If I got to
Baby
eat all day
That's what I
long,
do for a living.
that'd be pretty awesome. too.
Baby D.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Hey, so did you guys hear this past week? Caitlyn Clark weighs in on the GOAT conversation. Did you guys hear her comments?
Of what?
Goat against who or
NBA?
what? NBA,
She has
NFL,
She has
soccer.
crowned. So she has crowned LeBron James as the GOAT of the NBA. And I will say this, and we won't get into it right now.
I knew I liked that girl.
I did a little bit of digging,
Really?
a little bit more digging. I had a pretty compelling argument once upon a time on this show. And Ken, maybe you and I will at a future date, we could have the conversation again because I have an even more compelling argument now.
Okay.
And I'll just float something out here and we can move on.
When did
Who-
we transition?
We're just now. So who did Michael Jordan beat to go to the playoffs, right? And then, or to go to the finals and win
Which
the finals?
time?
Well, anytime, really. You want to talk about the time that he played Clyde Drexler, who was old as dirt?
That was in the finals.
Yeah, and Clyde Drexler was very old. We could
Carl
ta-
Malone.
yeah, and Carl-
John
and-
Stockton.
yeah, 34 and 35 years old, very old at the time, right? So we could talk about that.
How old was Jordan?
Well, when Jordan first came into the league, when all the other guys were younger, he couldn't even make it past the Pistons. He couldn't even get out of
Because
the
he had
East.
no help. He
Okay.
had no
Like I
help.
said, we'll let you come back prepared another time, and we'll have the conversation. I just wanted to throw that out there, but
I get it. No,
we
I
don't have
get
time
it.
for this conversation just yet. But I just wanted to
Alright,
throw it out there.
Well, anything else on the NFL draft? Any more?
Yeah.
comments?
Speaking of the NFL draft, no, I didn't have
I thought we
anything
were done
else
at
on
top
it.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were, but we're trying to finish it up so we can move on to another subject,
Do you
which
want to
is
talk about the boys of summer?
yeah, the boys of spring. Cha-cha-cha. All right, well, the boys are on a hot streak. Are we on a hot streak, or was
I
it
don't know.
against the Rockies?
No,
I mean,
were
the
not.
Rockies, that they came at just the right time, right? We needed the Rockies.
That was good.
That's what I'm saying. So, did we figure it out, or was it the Rockies?
I think it was that first game. Man, that was tough. But
It was exciting, but
the
yeah,
last two
that was-
games we beat them
dumb.
pretty easily. There's and that first game against the Rockies where we blew the 3-0 lead in the ninth.
yeah.
And Freddie Fermin had himself a game. The
Oh
last two
man,
innings, didn't
he was the one that actually won the entire game.
Man.
Did you see that throw he did from home to
Yeah.
third and got that dude out?
So,
But if that would have if hey Garcia had a better catch than the throw,
he
had a
did.
better catch, and then he tagged the dude out because if he wouldn't have caught that, I would have blamed it on Fermin. It was a kind of a wild throw. It would have went to the outfield, and we would have probably would have been done.
So, but for me, he scored the tying run on a sac fly, picked the guy off at third base in the next inning.
That was the play.
Yes, and then had the walk-off hit to win the game.
Yep.
And he just came in the ninth inning. He came in during the ninth inning and
Pinch
did all
ran.
those.
Wasn't he a pinch runner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was the last player on the bench, so he had to pinch run for Salvi. But in the last 2 innings, he did that's quite the game.
So Garcia was leading off. Did that work, or once again, was it the Rockies?
Garcia's been hot though, man.
I kind of like the move. I did like the
Yeah.
move. Not to say anything about against India, because I mean he's been spot on, but
he's been struggling. Here lately.
Michael Garcia is he's a streaky hitter. He's fast, so I didn't mind that at all. So
But-
how would you have both in the lineup?
That's how I honestly think that's how Jonathan India is also. He's a very streaky hitter. He's very fucking fast. And it's just you got to catch him in the right times and you got to plug him in when he's on his hot streak. And
So I mean, I think he was injured, right? That's why he sat out, and then they moved up Michael.
I don't know.
Garcia. Yeah.
Maybe they just gave him a game off. I don't know. Was he hurt?
Perhaps. I
I
thought
don't
he
know.
was. I thought
He's in
tweaked
tonight.
something.
Like he's I think he's 1 for 3 tonight or something. Let me hold on.
Yeah.
Are we winning, or what's going on there?
Yeah, we're winning 2-0 right now. The top of the 7th.
You know, and Bobby extended his hitting streak to 17 games.
He is batting 303, and then
No.
he
Bobby.
extended it today, so he's probably at 304.
No, he's 3 for 2 tonight, so he's 314.
Hey, so
Oh,
question against the Colorado Rockies, that was we played them at home, right?
And Waters is 3 for 2.
Yeah, Waters is he's 3
But-
for
but
2.
so here's
2 for 3.
2 for 3. Sorry.
But
Yeah,
I was
true.
going to say that here's something worth calling out. At home this year, we're actually 9-4, right? So we're great at home. Away, we're 3-10. So we're just struggling outside of our own
but
ballpark.
we had a 10 game on the road streak.
Oh,
and,
yeah, that
and we
didn't
went
help.
2 for 8. So that didn't help at all.
Bad road trip. It all happened once that ace reliever went down for us. What is the status on him, by the way?
Hunter, what was this? Hunter Henry? Henry
Yeah.
Hunter? What's his name?
I
Hunter
think
Henry?
I think it's
Well, he's one of
something
our
like that.
guys, but Stevis is our main closer. Who
No, the guy that was fucking pitching lights out before he got hurt. Remember we talked about it.
Yeah, Henry Hunter.
Oh, okay, that's the guy, Henry Hunter. Okay,
But it's him, Ursay, and Stevis are our last
That's
3.
not a starter.
okay, but he's back, right? He's a reliever, is what I'm saying. He
a
was-
reliever. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So that's the back end of our bullpen, which has been pretty
You're
solid.
talking about bullpen or you're talking about starters?
He's talking about bullpen.
Okay.
Zerpia, we're talking about
Yeah,
the
Zerpa and-
6, 7, 8.
Okay.
9.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not putting Zerpa in with Ursay, Hunter, and
You don't think so?
Stevis. Fuck no, that dude's pitched horrible this
All
year.
I
What are
know
you
is-
talking about?
Lugo's pitching a 1-hitter right now. So
But
Oh, there we go.
I think he was struggling, but I think he'll come around, man. Because they're Anyway.
I mean, yeah, I hope he does come around, but until
More than
then-
Stratton, more than fucking.
Oh no, he hasn't been bad as fucking Stratton or fucking Sam Long.
Long.
Those 2 guys.
Sam
oh,
Longshot.
God. Just Sam Longshot.
long
Damn
shot.
long
I like it. I like it.
So our bats are getting pretty. Like before, I mean, the shoulders were down, the shaking the head, and you can tell by body language that was contagious. But now, 4-game winning streak. Now we're going on a 5th, hopefully
little,
today.
little swag back in their step.
Yeah, and you what was it? A 1 hit? Who was pitching that?
Lugo.
Lugo's pitching.
Well, I will
tonight.
say, like, I think they said like the next 16 games we play teams that are 500 or
or
under.
under. Yeah.
So this is a streak that we have to do well.
this
in,
is
dude.
what. Yeah. This is where we have to turn it on, get above 500, and
I
kind
mean,
of
Yeah, man.
ride it out.
Well, if
Yeah,
we could
man.
hold on, we'll be 1 game away from 500.
There you go. 1 game away,
But
500.
But let me do my math. That means
Oh no, that's
uh-oh.
Ken. Did you actually catch the episode where Waltz was
nah,
doing
he was
his math?
he was
He
somewhere. He was
corrected
in
us.
Idaho or something.
What-
We were. This is when we were 2 and 4,
I was
and
2
Waltz
and
were like, we're 500.
Okay.
We're like,
Yeah,
Waltz is- yeah, we was just like, are you
What's-
sure? You know, like Walt's is like, yeah,
What's-
we're 2
what's
and 4.
half of
We're
4?
500.
I'm Asian.
Kid, what's half of 4?
I'm
It's 2.
Asian.
That's 500.
So, I'm gonna go and say that's terrible math.
That was it was, but it was funny.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
it
sure
was
it made for a
funny.
great
It
episode.
did. Yeah, we're like
2 and 4, we're 500.
What's wrong with you,
All
man?
right, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, yeah.
What do you
But
guys? Go
one
ahead.
thing I have noticed is, we have the group chats or whatever. I don't respond, but I pay attention to what you guys are talking, and our bats are terrible right now. We have 3 guys under 200.
They
We
are,
have
but-
guys right on the what do they call it? The Mendoza line.
Mendoza line.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it's terrible.
Ti, what is the Mendoza line?
I don't know.
So, but
I didn't know
yes,
either, and I was like, "Who in the fuck is this Mendoza guy? Why you can't keep on bringing him up? The poor fella."
Yeah,
But no, like that was true. But I think
average back.
I
in the
think
day.
we're coming around. Drew Waters is starting to get some hits. I
Yeah.
mean, Bobby is still he's on a 17 game hitting streak.
Waters is above 300.
Yeah,
now, so
Waters he's come out,
Bobby's above 3.
which is great because they sent MJ down and kept Waters up.
Yeah,
Great
I like
move,
it.
man.
I like
Great
it.
move.
I like it.
I think Isabel's had a few more hits.
We just got to get our other guys going. Like
Salvi had 5 hits yesterday.
Yeah, India. We got to get him going.
India's- yeah.
And your boy Renfro, had
Oh,
a
no.
good game.
Who's the main person that we need?
He's one of the guys under
No,
2.
The person that we absolutely need to get going. Who would you say that is?
Pasky.
No, that was Bobby Witt,
No, Bobby Witt's above 300.
Bobby Witt's
but he was
balling out.
struggling before that.
No, he was
No,
not.
he's on a
He has
17
not-
game
season.
he-
He was.
He has not
No.
struggled at any
No.
point this season.
He's gone like 1 for
What?
4, 1 for. Oh, dude, he's on a hit streak right now.
Is it?
Yeah,
In 17 straight games.
You know who's hitting below 200? Vinny. Vinny's
That's who I'm talking about.
That's
That-
what I'm saying.
That is the guy we
That's
absolutely
who we
have
need
to.
him to step up.
If
And
he does
needs to-
not get going, we
he
won't, we
needs
won't
to
be able to
either,
succeed.
if he wants to hit like around the 225, 250 mark, he needs to be banging homers out of the park.
Yeah.
He needs to have justifiable reason to keep him in. You know what I'm saying?
Ken, do you know who leads the Royals in home runs?
Home runs. Let's see.
It's like a tie. There's like a few people have this number.
Oh, so it's probably low.
Okay, let's just. You know what the number is?
3.
3.
2.
2, and I think it's
2.
Vinny. Is Vinny one of them?
It's unless someone else recently hit a home run, but it was 2. It's been 2 for the longest. I think Vinny, Salvi, Mikel, and Bobby. all
Bobby
have-
Witt.
all
Yeah.
have
I'm going to
2.
go out on a limb and say Salvi probably leads us in strikeouts this year. Or am I wrong?
Oh man, maybe, but that's a no. It's probably MJ. It is MJ. He hasn't even
that's
been here.
probably a safe bet.
Awesome. All right, you guys. I won't find out about the strikeouts. You guys talk about something else.
Well, I mean, okay. So, what are we on at home with? What is it? The Astros?
Astros, yeah, it's 2-0 right now. Top of the, or we're in the 7th inning
Seventh.
right now. Yeah, it's not sure if it's the bottom or the top.
Well, I mean, all I gotta say is to keep the streak going. Hey, what's the update on who's that? Seth Lugo that had a strain or?
No, that was Reagan's. The
Oh,
groin
Oh
strain.
yeah, that was.
What,
Reagan's
what's the
yesterday.
update on him? Anybody know?
He strained his groin.
I know, but that was a few days ago. I mean, what does that mean? Is he sidelined now, or is he still going to pitch? Or
So there was an update, it looks like, from the Kansas City Star 2 hours ago. It says positive news. Let's see if they get fucking bouncing around here. Hold on. Let's see. It's something we think we are going to be able to manage. That's all they're saying. So, and then Reagan says, I feel like I'm in a better place today than I was yesterday. So we really didn't get
imagine
anything.
that. Imagine
We didn't
that.
get much. They're a little tight-lipped there. So we'll see.
So strikeouts. Perez does lead the team with 23, but MJ is in second with 20, and he's been gone for like a week and a half, right? And Vinny P's up there with 20 as well.
Walter's having fun with the soundboard today.
Well, okay, all right. Anything else on the Royals, or you guys want to move on?
Do you know
know,
what Cole's real name is?
Nicole?
No,
Who, Cole Reagan? Probably Colton.
no. Carter. I didn't know.
Oh, okay. There we
Carter
go.
Reagans.
Learn something new every day.
And
Carter
they,
Reagan.
and they call him Cole for why?
Where's
Is
the
that his
Cole
middle name?
come from?
And they probably had a nickname
Is that
of
his
Colton.
middle
and
I
he
don't know.
liked
I was
it,
just
and-
Googling like strikeout leaders for the Royals for the year.
Oh, hey, Justin, the Chiefs are on the clock.
Chiefs are on the cold.
That's
That's
Commanders.
That's
idiot.
Washington. You.
Well, they're
fat fuck.
selecting. That means we're next, dumbass.
Yeah,
We're
on the clock. No, on the clock means we're picking. We're on deck.
That means we're on deck.
No.
Yes,
That's
we're
Chicago.
on deck.
I see Chai.
Yes.
That's
Hey, so
Chicago.
while we're waiting on that, we were talking about baseball. I was going to say this real quick, but did you hear about the feud that John Rocker's trying to have with Pat Mahomes Sr.
Oh,
right
he's
now?
had that. Going on.
Yeah, but real recently he came out because they're supposed to have a boxing match coming up, and
Bears are up next.
Mahomes Sr.
That's what I said, it's
very
Chicago.
wisely, withdrawal from that stupid incident, right?
Yeah,
But-
called his wife a dumb bitch.
Yeah, and he basically said, came out and said Pat Mahomes Sr. is a bitch, this, that,
No,
and the
no, no.
other.
He called his Pat Mahomes' wife Brittany a bitch.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like he was saying, like
John Rocker's
Patrick
an idiot.
Mahomes' dumb wife came out and blocked him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Leave her alone.
it was
You guys
crazy.
leave her alone.
Brittany, it's Brittany, bitch. You need to add that to the sound.
I do like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So that's why it got blocked because John Rocker came out. But you look at John Rocker, that dude's on roids or fucking
Yeah. Well,
HGH
that
or
and he's a
something.
clown. If you remember,
Is he still pitching?
he
No,
went on
right?
that
No.
he went on an Asian tirade back in the day against your
Yeah,
people.
oh, yeah.
Remember?
I-
And
He said Filipinos?
right.
He said Germans?
Against
John
your
Rocker.
people, and he besmirched
Besmirched.
all of them, right? He kind of got canceled back in the day. It was a damn
He did.
shame
He
because
really did.
he was one of my favorite pitchers. What came out as a
Really?
reliever.
No,
Of course.
you
Of course it's a damn
Yeah.
shame.
You didn't know that shit
Leave that
about
guy
him.
alone. Leave that
Hi,
guy
Hitler.
alone.
But for the Braves back in the day, he was like that fun character,
Oh,
right?
he
And
Of
really
course you would
was.
love somebody that
Brother,
hates other
yeah,
people.
no, dude,
he was the
he
closest thing we had to Wild Thing, like if
Yeah,
you watched the,
yeah,
that
yeah.
movie back in the day. But
What
yeah,
movie was it? What
Major
movie?
League.
There you go. All right. Yeah, it really was. Like John Rocker was a shit. Like he'd come running in from the bullpen.
Yeah,
and
that
just
was
be
some
like,
badass shit.
yeah, he really
then he ruined
actually
it.
was. Yeah, until he
When he
turned
opened
all,
his stupid mouth.
he turned all racist and shit.
I know, right? We know who.
I'm
Never
gonna
mind.
censor you. I'm gonna censor you.
Okay.
Okay. What the hell just fell down? Damn, Tiago.
That's a championship ring. Walt, have some
Not
respect.
We are
Knock his shit over.
we're a little bit behind on this
Eh.
TV, so Chicago's pick is in, and then we are on the clock after that.
Yeah, they won't announce it. That's the shitty part about the draft.
They won't announce what.
They won't announce the actual pick until it turns on to like major broadcast or whatever.
Well, why would they? Why would they want their stuff to get leaked?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, kid.
So
Kid, what you been doing today, buddy?
I've been drinking. I've been
okay.
I've been drinking.
I've
I've been
been-
drinking.
I've been 70 feet
drinking.
in the air doing random things. And
hey, I'm curious. Are we ready to jump yet? I'll wait. But what are we talking about? Are we moving on from the Royals just yet?
We can do
What
a
you
final
got,
thought
Tony?
on,
What
the,
you
on
got?
the Royals. I think we're on the up and up right now. Hopefully, we keep it going.
Okay, we'll probably be talking about the NBA playoffs here in a little bit. But before we really kind of jump into the playoffs, being that you're from Texas, right? I'm curious. It's been a while since you lived there, but what did you think about the Duncan Lucic, the Luka, the
that was
Luka,
Oh,
Luka
so-
trade?
So are we
Stupid.
transitioning over?
Nico Harris and that whole fucking fan base. Like, I don't know what Nico Harris was thinking when he absolutely thought
He
that
said final thought.
Nico, where he thought Luka
NBA.
Doncic
Did I-
wasn't that involved in the Dallas Mavericks franchise. Like that was what they based everything off of. That was the most ridiculous trade.
Clown
for-
show,
For
bro.
one fucking first round pick. One fucking
And an injury prone player, by the way.
yeah,
Anthony Davis,
Yeah,
yes.
and Anthony Davis. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So it gets funnier. It gets funnier. So this past week, right? So
Okay.
there's a falling out between the owner now. At least they're saying there's a little bit of a falling out between the owner and Nico Harris. I was like, well, what is it?
Oh, he's getting
Well,
fired.
the owner was a little bit upset. Well, what's the owner upset about? Oh, he was upset that
It's a
Nico.
lady.
Listen to this shit. That Nico did not warn him of the potential fallout of trading Luka. When and then it gets even better.
Is
Nico
this-
gave a fucking press conference after they were eliminated, and he said he didn't realize how important
He
Luka was
yeah.
to the Dallas Mavericks fan base. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Not only does he get an F, the owner fucking gets an F for not knowing it, and to be mad at Nico for not knowing, like dumb fucking owner, like you should know this shit too, right?
Okay.
I mean, we live here in Kansas City, and I knew that how important Luka Doncic
Yeah,
is
not
to
to just the
fan
organization, but to the NBA in general. We could tell who doesn't like the NBA.
So,
I
Never
did
mind.
that for the terrible.
Oh, okay, never mind.
God,
I'm used to you hating on our NBA segment, so my bad.
I'll say this much. So it's a female owner. Her name is Miriam Adelson.
Yeah,
Miriam
thinks is a dude.
Miriam Miriam
Someone
Adelson.
doesn't know what's going on over here, man.
No.
Now you do just the girl.
Who was it? What's her name?
Miriam Adelson.
Oh, is that what you think?
Yeah.
She makes dumb decisions.
No, and I'm going to tell you, Miriam Adelson wanted to bring a casino to Dallas, Texas. She wanted to open a casino right next to the Dallas American Airlines Stadium.
I think I heard that. Yeah.
And so Dallas said, no, we're not opening a casino, blah, 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 blah. So here was the initial thing behind it all. It was like, well, if you're not going to let me open a casino here, I know Las Vegas will. And
I heard that they're trying to move the
and
Mavericks.
Las Vegas doesn't have an NBA team. And so Miriam Adelson was like, okay, well, once the fan base drops off, I can move my team to Las Vegas.
It's kind of like
it was,
but everybody loves the
everybody
Mavericks.
knows that. Everybody knows it was a given when Mark Cuban sold it to this lady,
and I think,
and so she did that trade, and she was doing other things where she was purposely. Everybody can tell you're purposely
trying to run. Have you ever seen Major League? Major League,
yeah,
exactly. That's what I was going to say.
She's
Major
purposely
League,
sabotaging it, and
She's
then
trying to
nobody's going
run
to be
it
showing
into
up to the
ground.
games because who's left to watch the games?
Exactly.
So she's going to look, man. There's no attendance here. There's no fan base here. Now we're going to move to Vegas.
And I will say this: living in Dallas, people love the Mavericks, and you
No,
know,
I know. Yeah.
You know,
I don't even live there, and I can tell.
There was the whole Dirk run where he beat LeBron with his triple fucking team or whatever like that, and all that bullshit. And then like people love Luka and what they had going on.
Oh, shut up, Ken. The pick is in.
Oh, the pick is in. Who do you think? Who we going with?
I have no idea what we're going to do. Defensive tackles are good defensive tackles.
Oh, look who it is. The joystick. The human joystick.
Oh, it is.
Dante Hall the way. Hey.
I'm saying defensive tackle.
Wide receiver.
I'm going to say next best player.
Next best player, which is
And we're probably
The real deal, Devin Neal.
I see us grabbing a running back here.
That's too early for Devin Neal.
I say we grab a running back.
Luther Burden.
We got a habit of grabbing a running back in the first 2 rounds.
Norman Lott.
Defensive tackle.
From Tennessee.
Yeah, buddy.
I like it.
What's his name?
I like it.
Norman Lott.
I like it. Omar
Norman
Norman
Lott.
Lott. Ooh, is that Ronnie Lott's son?
Oh, I don't know. Big boy, 291.
Where the fuck is he? He's not even on the next available.
Shut up, kid.
I'm just saying, bro.
You know why? Because they just took him off.
6'3", 315
That's
pounds.
why he's not available. They just took him off the availability.
There you go. He's already- well, we needed to help a defensive tackle, and hopefully
We
this
do
guy
need
will
Good.
jump right in there
come from a
and,
good school. Good. All right.
Yeah, played in the SEC, big time football. So
I need to do a little bit more homework on him, but yeah.
So last year he had 8 solo tackles, he had 10 assists, and he had 4 sacks.
it doesn't sound like a lot, but
Doesn't sound like a lot. It does not sound like a lot.
hey, compare
the year before that.
but 4 sacks compared to our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The year before that, he had 15
I
solo
think Nadi
sacks.
was it Nadi that led
15
sacks?
solo sacks.
No, tackles. I meant 5.5 sacks.
But okay, but if he can just be that plug in the middle, eating up double teams, okay.
And maybe on the Tennessee defensive
that might have
line,
been what he was doing.
probably maybe he was probably the only one doing anything, and then he was getting double teamed. So
yeah, very good chance that he was.
So now we got Chris Jones, we got him, we got Karlaftis. Man, we building, bro. Okay, so what do you want to transition over to now? Are we done?
Not a fan.
Oh, we got to do some red shirts news, right? Some red shirts.
Oh yeah. We got some baseball red shirt news to follow.
So we started our. Oh yeah, we should. What should be our thing?
We don't have one.
Oh,
yet.
I know. We should get one.
26 tackles. What the fuck?
Yeah, he didn't have a great stat line.
No, he does not.
No. How about
That was me up at the plate. Money.
Okay.
Money.
Outstanding.
How was you at the plate there, Tony Hanna?
Well, as you guys know, I was 6 for 6, buddy. 2 home runs, 2 triples, and 2 doubles.
Nice.
Did you guys play a game?
We played a couple
an actual
games.
game, buddy. An actual game.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute his ass. All right, so we played our very first weekend for the Red Shirts co-ed softball team at City Park, and it was without notice. Man, that first game was exciting. We were up by like 13, 14, I don't know, something like that. It was way up there. Then our bats relaxed, and we couldn't come back. And then the other team came back, and then we couldn't figure out what was going on. And then we kept it close, but lost by 1 in extra innings.
What was the score?
Dude,
14,
you sounded
13?
like you were so out of breath telling. You sounded like Chunk telling that story to the bad guys. First I ate chocolate chunk, and I woke up in the morning.
And more importantly, he looked like Chuck doing it.
It had that energy,
sounded
dude.
like
It had
this.
that energy, bro.
And I threw up all over there.
No, so we played a couple games. I mean, we looked okay. We didn't look like clowns. I'll say that. So
Yeah, and then our second game, we were down.
We should have won both the games. Is what it came down to.
Yeah,
I think we had an opportunity to win both.
Oh, we did, especially the first game.
just a just goofy little. I mean, couple of errors, but our defense was okay. I think our bats just kept on relaxing after a while, man. It was just. I don't know,
we have a couple of holes in our batting lineup.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Off camera.
Yeah, off camera. We're talking about that, but
No, that's all good.
Yeah, good times.
There's our first game back.
Who do we play this week? Do you know?
Yeah, we play against the Ballaholics.
Oh, do we?
Ballaholics.
My boy.
Oh, yeah,
the
that'd be a good
Ballaholics.
time. That'd be a good time.
Yeah,
Ballaholics are
we're
always
gonna
a
have
good
kind of
time.
tequila shots over there with the Ballaholics, and then it doesn't matter who wins or loses. Everybody wins on that one. Everybody wins when we play the Ballaholics.
You know, we since we went to the red shirts segment, we haven't heard one voice out of the person we were there from the fucking.
Do you want to?
What
You're asking for trouble, my friend. You're asking for trouble.
I was trying to make a point.
What happened?
No,
Okay.
no, it's all good.
You're kind of like when Ti is
We don't care
when we
about the
talk
red
about
shirts.
KU.
Oh, yeah, tune out.
I'm
kinda
absent.
like that. Yeah, you're absent. Well, so yeah, we're playing against the Ballaholics, but I think we might get rained out. It looks like chances of spotted rain all throughout the day
On Sunday?
on Sunday. Yeah,
A lot of rain
well,
lately.
that sucks.
A lot of rain.
And then
I'm
we probably
getting-
won't play him this season.
There's a bunch of group text messages from the other captains and the director of and yeah, it's just I'm like, stop texting, guys. Just
What
shut
are they?
up.
Were they talking about
They're
that right
bitching
now?
about some people are getting 6 games, other people are only getting 5 games, and I counted. I was like, yeah, that's us. But then there's a tournament at the end. We'll get the 6 and 7, maybe. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
why do we
It's
only
a
get
le-
5
it's-
games?
but
though?
hold on, it's very legitimate gripe. They're not in the wrong, by the way, because it's not like the league's cheap to get in. If I'm a team, I would want the full slate of games too.
And that's what you sound like.
Well, no,
the other
but-
people on
Oh
there.
no, it's common sense.
They're
It's
like, well, let's be fair. The people that only got 5 games, give us a discount. And I'm like,
Well, no, how about
I
everybody
wouldn't
just
bitch
get?
about that.
How about everybody just gets the same number of games?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking simple.
But-
But it sounds like they're being lazy.
but there's not.
It's
Was there
real talk.
like an odd number of teams?
It's an odd number of teams, and it's impossible to do that. So next season, they'll try to figure it out.
No, they could
They'll
round
probably-
robin that
They
shit.
probably just
I
just
coulda
cut it
figured it
off.
out
Oh
for
my
'em.
god.
I'm just saying they could have round robined it. They just didn't put that much thought into it, and
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay.
There's always a
Oh, trust
solution.
me, there is. Yes. So.
Oh, wait, okay, Walt, do you want to talk again? You look like you.
Oh,
wanna
no,
talk.
he's throwing a fit. Let him throw his fit.
He's pouting.
He's
Say
pouting.
something.
I just don't think it's that deep to be asking for refunds and shit.
I agree.
And harping on this guy that we're gonna go to. I'm not going to another fucking league. Let me see you pay $1,500 per team compared to $400 somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bye.
Here's the only thing. I
Bye.
don't think it's wrong. There's nothing wrong with asking the question, hey, why didn't we get as many games? But I wouldn't sit there and bitch about it.
Right.
And you just
There's a difference
it's like,
between
okay,
suggestions
decide
and
if you wanna-
demands.
yeah. Then
I
you
mean,
decide if you want
okay.
to play next year or not.
I hear what you're saying. Like, yeah, let's figure out a way to fix this, not threaten that we're leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I hear that part. for sure.
So my team, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, we might have been cheated, but I'm not gonna fucking squeeze out what I don't know. I don't even know what it averages out to.
Well,
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
Don't
matter.
know if the viewers care either.
okay. Any more red shirt news?
No? Like,
Who's going to get the beer next time around? And
I will not get it this week, but I'll get it the next week.
Is there a specific reason why? You were quick to answer that.
I just wanted to.
I can get it this
Apparently, he bought it last time.
No,
I would guess.
I did not.
You must be broke this week.
I can get it for this week.
No.
Don't pull a Dick Castaneda. Okay.
Oh,
Richie
yeah.
Rich.
Don't be
Bring a 30 pack.
don't be a Richard head.
Don't be a tricky dick.
Yeah, and bring only like 22 beers. You brought a 30 and drank 6 of them on the way over there.
Yeah.
So the standard is 30. Standard is 30.
30 beers. 30 beers.
30
Okay,
bears.
sounds good.
So, T.I., I figure you probably want to talk about the UFC a little bit. It's
Oh,
in
yeah, we
Kansas
could
City, right?
It's in Kansas City. You know what? But I only really follow the pay-per-views anymore, right? So the pay-per-views. I do know though that the main event is Ian Mikado Gary, right? Which he's an exciting fighter to watch. I forget who he's fighting, but if you're going out to the fights tonight, it's probably a pretty good card to watch. You know, those are usually competitive fights. It's none of the big names that's really going to draw a lot of viewers, but for the big MMA fans, it's usually some good fights they put on.
So these are the younger, up and coming,
a
hungry
lot
fighters.
of times, yeah, people that really haven't made a name for themselves, so
They're trying.
they're a little bit more reckless abandon in that
Right.
cage, right? They're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
get that name recognition with the fabulous knockout or whatever, you know what I mean? So a lot of times you see the fights could be a little bit more exciting. So I just don't know a lot about who's fighting.
Can you feel like you want to talk about UFC sometimes? Do you have any rebuttals to what T.I. is saying?
I don't give a shit about this UFC fight. There's no names.
There's
or
no girls playing.
Oh, yeah.
people that I give two shits about.
Ken's a big timer, man. He big times everybody.
Yeah, no,
So speaking of-
I want to watch what I want to watch.
So speaking of big timers, the
And,
UFC,
and you don't want to watch any women's sports.
that's right. Why don't you want to watch any women's sports?
I'll
Ken?
watch Caitlyn Clark
Why not the other people?
because they're
Hold
terrible.
on. Okay. How many WNBA games of Caitlyn Clark have you watched?
You argued with me about Caitlyn Clark.
No. I
No,
argued
no, no,
about
no.
you with the
Excuse me, my
WNBA.
friend.
Caitlyn
I get another
Clark
martini?
is a great player. Caitlyn Clark.
But would
is
you
a-
go watch her play? I'm like, yeah, I would.
No.
No, you
I
wouldn't
would-
go watch
no,
her play.
You would never hear me say anything bad about Caitlyn Clark. I will watch Caitlyn Clark play.
You did say
I
something
will
bad.
not. No.
I will replay that video. I'll
Find
replay
it.
this whole episode.
Find it. I
I don't think
promise you.
he said anything
I
bad about
will
Caitlyn
watch-
Clark. He
I
just
will
trashed the
watch
rest of the
The
women in
rest
the
of the
WNBA.
league, because the rest of the league is terrible.
No,
Angel
heard her first.
Reese, all them other.
You asked if would you go to watch an
What's her name? Plum,
WNBA,
Kelsey Plum. She's good.
and you said
what's-
hell
What about what's that
no.
Sabrina chick's name that you defended?
Sabrina Ionescu.
He actually
Sabrina
defended, he
Ionescu.
defended her
I like-
honor on the
yes.
podcast one time
Yes.
when we were trashing
Sabrina Ionescu. She
But
is
he
good.
sat there right there after the show, and he was like, "Oh, you would? I would
No, no,
never
no.
go watch an
I
NBA,
would watch
WNBA."
Caitlyn Clark. That's why Caitlyn Clark
her.
draws
God.
10,000 more
Quit bringing drunk Ken.
fans. What?
Dang.
I'm glad
I like drunk
Ken
Joe
came.
because it's funny.
That's why they
He-
bring. That's
he's a
why they,
bully.
because I bring fucking facts. bring fucking facts.
If you can see his face, it's even better. We should have got him on camera.
You can see his hand. You can see his hand.
Do you know what happens when Caitlyn Clark goes to Chicago? They have to get
She
the
has a shy
United.
dog.
They have to get the United Center because they sell that many more tickets.
We know
That's
that.
boss.
That's every single stadium.
Waltz, how many? 10,000 because Caitlyn Clark is a baller.
I said I agree. That's not
And
just
that-
that stadium.
you will
That's
never hear
every
me
stadium
say-
she goes to.
You will never hear me badmouth Caitlyn Clark because she's a fucking baller. The rest of the league, aside from 3 to maybe 5 other players, are garbage.
So you never said
What?
you would never go watch a WNBA game.
I may have, but I will watch Caitlyn Clark.
Look, are we picking again?
Who do we pick?
Ashton
Again?
Galodi?
Oh, from Louisville.
Oh, an edge rusher.
An edge rusher. Are we already? I thought
What
they did
happened?
the first and
Did
the
we-
second, and that was it.
We must have moved
Oh, we
up.
traded with Philly.
Oh, another Philly trade.
So who was the
There
guy
we
we just
go.
picked? We're gonna pull up a stat.
Ashton
Ashton
Galodi from Louisville.
Ashton
Louisville.
Galodi.
Louisville.
We don't need more edge rushers.
Oh, so while I'm looking this up,
The more the
yes,
merrier.
Yes, we do. He said that because he thinks we got FAU.
FAU's ready. It's been 5 years. He's ready, guys.
It's been 3.
He don't even know. It's been
This
so
is
long.
his 3rd year.
His red shirt turned in fucking purple by now, man. He's been red shirted every year. Hey, you guys ready to do real quicks or what?
Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
knock
do
it
a
out.
real quick. Okay. I was gonna say we was talking UFC. I was just gonna say this real quick. So,
Yeah, go for it.
UFC does have another. I think UFC has another big star on their hands with Paddy Pimblett. Did you watch that fight?
Oh, Petty Pimble beat the
Oh my
I don't think
God!
he's.
telling you,
I don't
I'm
think
telling
he's
you,
the
Paddy the
next.
Baddy,
He's
baby.
been the big star. Like
He has been, but this was the type of performance
after
that he
lost
needed.
to what's his name?
Paddy Pimblett has not lost. He's
Paddy-
undefeated.
Patty's lost.
Not in the UFC.
Not in the UFC. He's undefeated in the UFC. Look it up.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like 6-0, 7-0, something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
So he's undefeated, right? But everyone's been criticized and saying, well, he hasn't really fought like that big name. He hasn't fought anyone in the top 10. So who does he go to fight? I think he fought the number 7 guy and Michael Chandler, which Michael Chandler's known to be a beast, right? He hasn't been knocked out in the UFC. I take that back. He did get knocked out one other time, but he typically doesn't get manhandled the way he did in this fight. And I'm saying Paddy Pimblett is much better than we thought he was. That's what we found out with this fight. So
Patty Pimblett is
Paddy the
9-1 in the UFC.
9-1. So who did he lose to?
Oh,
in the
he must have
UFC?
won. He's won 6 in a row. Then maybe that's what I heard.
I don't know that he's lost in the UFC.
Yes, he has. I knew I found it somewhere.
All right. Well, let's move on. Right. Yeah.
Good.
All right. This is everybody's favorite segment. I hope my boy Diego's still up watching this. This is the Ad Astra Boys. Shut up, kid. This is the Ad Astra Boys. Real quicks. What everybody gonna give? They're real quick on what's been going on. It could be sports or it could be anything related. All right. Who wants to go
I got one.
first?
Real quick. Kobe Bryant's debut jersey sells for $7 million.
God damn.
Yeah, big time, buddy.
Real quick. This says now that Patty Pimblett is 7-0 in the UFC.
Oh,
You
what did
didn't
I
refresh your
say?
phone? So what happened to that
Well,
loss?
no,
Where did it
like,
go?
I tried to tell you.
I Googled it and it said he was 9-1, and now all of a sudden he's 7-0. So
Well, he might be 9-1 overall and 7-0 in UFC.
so
no,
he's
23-3.
23-3 overall. He's actually only lost.
This is up a time. This is up a time.
He's actually only lost to 2 fighters. One of them twice, and then the other one once. And they were just both decision. And that was earlier on in his career. So
All right.
Real quick. Restaurant 1587's debut to
Oh,
open
yeah.
this summer.
Yeah.
A steakhouse that's owned by who, Joseph?
Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. I love it some ketchup on a steak.
Ooh, I wonder if they have.
Oh, ketchup drenched.
I wonder.
steak?
I wonder if they'll have a special ketchup steak.
Yeah, the ketchup steak.
I don't think it's going to be very popular.
No, is
Okay.
it? It's in the West Bottoms, right?
No, it is in the Lowe's.
Oh, it's in the hotel.
Downtown hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
in the basement by
it's
the,
going to be one of
bar.
those birthday things for me. And we'll probably just go during happy hour and we'll probably just get something small
Nice.
because it sounds like it's going to be very expensive.
I'll take the chips and salsa.
The chips,
With ketchup. It's just ketchup, man.
chips and ketchup. Real quick, the Memphis Grizzlies blow a 29-point lead to the Oklahoma City Thunder and go down 3-0.
damn.
Real quick. Oh, Salvi breaks his belt on a slide and he says, that's what happens when you're that fast.
That fast? I think I'll say that fast.
That's where I thought I was going to.
No, he said fast. That's what
Okay.
speed do.
That's what we do.
Real quick. Game 2 of the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. JJ Redick loses his cool on the court. See that?
Yeah, and
Scares?
apparently LeBron said it wasn't a big deal.
I thought it was pretty cool though. He was out there on the court. He's like, "What the fuck is everybody doing?"
That's how he was. That's how
It
he
was
he was a competitor
pretty
like
funny.
that.
I love the way he did that. Actually, like it was just raw.
I loved it when he
emotion.
was in Duke. I mean,
And what it was is they had blew a 20-point lead and it had been reduced down to 9, and he came out and did that, kind of lit a fire up underneath his team's ass. So
yeah, I was a big fan all the way through. His NBA career, and
JJ Redick?
Yeah.
JJ Redick.
Yeah, loves his shooting style. Real quick. Hey, this weekend here in Kansas City, if you ain't got a shit to do, there's like 3 things going on. UFC, you got PBR, which is the professional bull riding, and then WWE on Monday. Is it SmackDown or Raw? I think it's Raw.
That's the big one for Kansas. I think the Monday night one's the big one for Kansas,
Yeah.
right out of the 3. I mean,
Well,
PBR
Kansas
is pretty
City.
big. Yeah, PBR is pretty big. I don't know that many people
You know
give.
I wouldn't
care
mind
about the
going
UFC, but-
to watch the bull riding.
Me
Ah,
neither.
I used to. I used
Okay.
to do that stuff with the American Royal when I was a kid.
Yeah,
all
my
the
dad
time.
took me
We'd go all the
years ago
time.
when
You rode
when I
a
was a kid.
bull?
No, you go and watch
Oh,
people
okay.
ride bulls and
Uh,
do the wrangling and all that shit.
The
Joe, no,
kids.
I didn't ride a bull.
They only allowed the kids to ride out like a sheep.
Oh no,
I stayed away
kids-
from the sheep.
Like the
They
Tonganoxie Fair, man. Them kids are like 10 years old riding fucking
Oh,
full
fuck
ass
yeah,
bulls.
boy.
Dude.
Those are real cowboys right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
That's why they live in Tonganoxie.
Real quick, Kansas City Royals win another one, 2-0 behind Seth Lugo's 8 innings, being closed out by Ursay.
All right.
All right. Real quick. The KC Current still undefeated. I believe they're the only team that are undefeated right now. Right, kid? Digging it?
What talking about women's sports?
I think he's like, what? What?
All right.
All right, I think I'm done.
All right. Now I got one more. Real quick. Former NFL Minnesota running back
AP?
Adrian Peterson
Adrian Peterson.
was arrested for a DUI after the draft, like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, good God,
this
man!
morning? Just this morning? 5:30
Yeah.
This morning?
Matter of fact, this morning. Yeah. The draft was last night. I guess he was in the back room, whatever, or the
Was he in Milwaukee or not Milwaukee? Green Bay?
he was in Green Bay. Well, was he?
I mean, Milwaukee's right next to Green Bay.
No,
Maybe
he got
I don't know.
Minnesota arrested him. So yeah, he's in the Minnesota jail.
Ah,
But he
okay.
got a release and all this other shit, whatever, because this was his first time and it's a misdemeanor. So,
Okay.
all right, kids.
I think that's a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, let's do one of the.
Speaking of raps,
Yeah, good one, Ti. Look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Have you not heard our new intro song? I guess it's gonna be the outro.
Oh,
We're gonna do the whole thing.
That's the very long one. No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it was, the Adastra Boys Sports Podcast on this Friday. Shut up, dude. And we shall see. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we shall see you folks the next time. Sucker!
We back at it, yo, we never slow down. Talking Royals, Chiefs, hoops, we the kings out of town. KC Walls got the takes, no cap, straight facts. Joe Hooters on the mic, yeah, he never held back. Forge Black is busted, got the tourney on lock. LeBron talking big, but is he real or just talk? Hit that Pat McGraw feed, break it all to the core. From the draft to the trades, man, we give you much more. At Astra Boys, we don't miss. Breaking down the game, call it how it is. Deep big plays, hot takes, real talk, no skips. Hit, if you love the game, then you rockin' with this. Condon fast, like a Mahomes deep throw. Defense locking down like the Chiefs on go. NBA, MLB, even college we know. From the field to the court, yeah, we running the show. Drill, mic check, better tune in live. Tricky dick in the cut. Keep the combo tight from the lows to the highs. Man, we stay on site. You want real sports talk? Then you know who's right. Red Astra Boys, we don't miss. All at Astra Boys, we don't miss. Breaking down the gang, call it how it is. Deep, big play, hot takes, real talk, no skips. Spin, if you love the game, then we're rocking with this. Yo, you already know. The Ed Astra Boys. The original TIKC Watts. Joe Hooters. Ain't nobody do it like us. Let's go. Let's go.